You're acting really stupid right now. Why are you so surprised anyway? It's not like I magically transformed into... But you did! And then everybody appeared. That's so funny. What's up, guys? My name's Renner Dragneel, and welcome back to Locked Heart. So last where we left off, we started Royal's route. Woo! But he's still a grumpy Papa Bear we all grow to love. But we kind of saved his back by pushing him aside from the books. But maybe we've given him a little bit of hope to return and be saved. Since, we're the ones who are going to save him. But, anyway, yeah, let's just continue on. Let's see what happens. I felt warm and unexpectedly light. It was a funny sensation, as if I were floating through a warm, sunny summer day. I didn't want to open my eyes and find out where I was. I just wanted to keep drifting. I'd been stuck at the Deluxe Mansion for 3 weeks now, with no end to my stay in sight. Not that I didn't enjoy the company of everyone. Even Royal was slowly losing his grumpy edge with me, and I kept myself busy with chores and cooking practice. But still, I yearned to be free. Maybe that's what this feeling was. Freedom. It felt nice. As I tried to settle into this sensation, I heard a faint female voice call my name. It was gentle and non-threatening, and I forgot my previous determination to ignore where I was. Opening my eyes, I looked around with my blurry vision, but there was nothing except a vast white background. Aura. The voice continued, beckoning me. As I looked back and forth across the whiteness, a small figure soon cut its way into the nothingness. I drifted towards her, only then realizing that neither of us were actually taking steps as the distance between us vanished. Is this a dream? Who is... That's Gold. The girl looked young, but she was beautiful. Her eyes were vibrant blue, and her hair a cascade of long golden locks. Still coming closer, she extended her hand. To me. I'm gonna save. Of course I'll take her hand. Unable to explain the calm I felt, I reached toward her. The soft smile on her lips was as warm as her hand. Who are you? What do you think you're doing? My eyes flickered open at the gruff demand, the familiar but incensed voice breaking in through my reverie. It seemed I had been asleep, but as my sight adjusted through the haze, I only saw unfamiliar surroundings in the dim light. Oh, we were in Gold's room. I just realized that we were in Gold's room. After a few turns of my head, I looked forward, still in a kneeling position. Sitting in the velvet settee was a beautiful porcelain doll, her hair spun like gold. Her hair like spun gold. My breath caught in my throat. Not only was I holding the doll's small hand, it felt impossibly warm. What? Blue eyes shone within the moonlight. Her faint pink lips were curved into a sweet smile. But the longer I looked at her, the more I saw a whimper of sadness behind that happy facade. There was something uncomfortably real about her. That's Gold! I didn't get to dwell on it for long, however, before Royal's voice came after me again. You! What are you doing here? The icy chill in his raised voice finally dragged me away from my thoughts. I blinked, looking again at how I was kneeling before a beautiful doll, my fingers gently holding onto her hand. Wait, what? Failing to produce an answer, I looked over at Royal with a half-panicked, half-angry expression. The thing was, I didn't know what I was doing here either. It must have been a dream, so maybe I had sleepwalked to her. But that sounded too silly to admit to Royal. He remained quite unimpressed. It had been a while since his glare was that frozen. It's the middle of the night. What are you doing in her room? Forehead furrowed with suspicion, Royal crossed his arms and advanced towards me. More importantly, how did you know where she is? I glanced about the unfamiliar room, only just coming to the conclusion I had somehow wandered the halls and ended up in such a special room. Thinking back to the previous conversations, I recalled the toys commiserating that only the young heiress remained lifeless, even though she'd become a toy too. This is Goldilocks? Or, My eyes widened, and I shivered at that young girl's voice from my dream called out to me again. Warmth swelled at my chest, and a bright light shone through where our fingers connected. I stood in a panic, the light spreading to my chest. But whether it was from kneeling for so long or from fear, my legs buckled. The light swallowed up the room, and I felt bleh, as I felt my body collapse. Ooh, does that mean they're human now? Ow. I fully expected to hit the ground, so I was no doubt startled when my body hurt less than it should have. To add to my confusion, it was harder to breathe. Something heavy pressed down onto my chest. Oh! Oops. Royal's like literally on top. Okay, well, hi! I looked upwards. My entire body froze at the sight of silver eyes and a handsome face glaring down at me. His dark hair dangled between us like icicles. I didn't know where he had come from, especially when there had been no one in the mansion besides myself and the toys for weeks. What? His glare felt so familiar. I tried to stutter out some kind of response, but a gruff, impatient growl cut me off. What did you do, you idiot? Though the urge to defend myself against his fury was strong, both curiosity and fear took over my senses. Blinking, I changed the subject. Wait, who are you anyway? The guy's brow furrowed, his silver eyes glinting. With a snort, he leaned closer as if trying to examine my face for clarification. Did you hit your head or something? He'd flooded my face as the distance between us shrunk even more. I knew he was kneeling over me, but only now did the intimacy factor strike me at full force. Yeah! Perfect! Thrusting my hands upwards, I knocked the stranger off of me. He landed on the carpet with a thud, and I immediately shuffled backwards until I hit the wall. A low growl spilled into the air as the guy lifted himself into a seated position, his growl evolved to a snarl. What was that all about, you stupid girl? The familiarity of his voice, those insults, the merriness of a teddy bear filling my senses. I started to tremble at the knowledge I'd gained. Only one person, toy calls me that, and that's... Thrusting my finger forward, I tried to yell, but the shock warped my words instead. You're royal? His half-lidded stare revealed a flicker of amusement before he descended back into looking like I had ruined his dinner. I am. What is wrong with you? Forgot how to talk properly? I could only stare with my mouth agape and my heart pounding in my chest. Strangely, it wasn't Royal being human that surprised me as much as his actual appearance. With his gloomy and grumpy attitude, I had completely expected something different. Not anything like this handsome guy, I mean. You're acting really stupid right now. Why are you so surprised anyway? It's not like I magically transformed into... But you did! And then everybody appeared. That's so funny. Suddenly the door flung open, revealing more unfamiliar humans in a mansion supposedly populated by toys. Dion, Soul, my baby Soul, Lily, and Miss Maria. Yay. Unlike the guy calling himself Royal, all of them sported my mind-blown expression. There were two guys, both with striking blonde hair. Bros! One's hairstyle was short, while the other was tied into a small ponytail, complete with a green ribbon. There was a similarity to their handsome features, as if they were possibly related. A petite girl with pink hair tied to the left and a beautiful lady with long, dark hair and a fierce atmosphere about her stood next to them. My cheeks flushed again. I began to doubt my own appearance with so many attractive people in the room. Royal balked, his irritated look replaced by genuine surprise. You guys too? But how? We'd like to ask you the same thing. All of us saw the same bright light, and the next thing we knew, we were humans again. The party at the door all murmured agreements and nodded their heads at one another. After a pause of awkward silence, Royal started to shoot me a fresh, venomous glare. I stiffened. I was only used to the teddy bear version of his glares, and those did not prepare me for these silver eyes and his picturesque human face. I don't know how to say that. You have a lot of explaining to do, girl. Tilting my head to the side, I could only manage a quiet groan in response. Even I didn't know what was going on. After a while, we all gathered in the dining room to discuss what happened. It took some time because soon after returning to human form, everyone felt the raw pain of hunger, something they had not suffered in 7 years. Oddly enough, their fridge had also been affected by the magic of the curse. I just opened the fridge and I can find whatever ingredient I needed. So I've been practicing a few recipes since I came here. I had been the only one who could try them, so it felt good to be able to finally share my cooking with everyone. After setting the table with a variety of quick but filling dishes, I settled down at the far end and watched with relieved happiness as they helped themselves to the dishes. This is divine, Lady Aura. Certainly on par with Miss Rua's cooking. Oh, thank you, Sol, my baby. Sol offered me a soft smile as he picked up another forkful of risotto and indulged in his meal. Dion grinned, grabbing a fresh helping of cheesy potatoes and omelet. Yep, here comes the flirt. I think this is even better than hers. My smile widened at their compliments. I didn't think I'd surpassed my mom just yet, but it felt good to hear their praise. My mom's the one who taught me everything. I'm not as good as her yet, but someday I'll surely become the best chef in the whole world. There was a snort from the other end of the table. Whole world? Quite the lofty delusion, girl. I glared back at Royal, puffing out my cheeks. I noticed that he wasn't holding back on his portions, so he couldn't think my food was that bad. Geez, thanks for breaking this young maiden's heart, Grumpy Bear. He then returned to his meal, pointedly avoiding my eyes. After everyone had eaten, we started discussing everything from the beginning. As it turned out, the curse hadn't kept everyone from aging. They were now 7 years older. That shocked everyone. I was only 10 when the curse began. He paused, looking down at her hands, still trying to comprehend the years she'd spent as a doll. Dion leaned forward, snuggling his chin into his palm. A playful grin spread across his face. Who would have thought that our little crybaby would become such a fine lady? Flushing a deep red, Lily pressed her hands into her lap and stared down at the table. You're embarrassing me, Lord Dion. Dion smirked, waving his hand in a submissive gesture. How many times do I have to tell you to simply call me Dion? We're practically family now. Flinching, Lily shook her head vigorously. I can't do that, Lord Dion. You are a member of the Deluxe family, and I will always address you formally. With a shrug of faint defeat, Dion bobbed his head into Sol's direction. And how about Sol? Even now you call him Prince. Hey, I'm doing Royal now. Why don't you hook up with Sol? I'll help. I had a smile behind my head as Lily's cheeks went scarlet and her voice sounded more panicked than before. Well, Prince Sol doesn't mind, so... Uh-huh. Really, Sol? He turned his head towards his brother, his smirk widening and his perfect teeth flashing. Sol's smile was gentle and unassuming as he lifted a cup of tea to his lips. If Lady Lily wishes to call me Prince, that is fine with me. Although, I have to admit, it is quite embarrassing. Oh, you two are so cute! Get together already! I am no prince at all, after all. Yes, you are! Yes, you are! But you are! Listen to Lily! He offered another smile at Lily's outburst, causing a new outbreak of red to stain Lily's cheeks. She fidgeted where she sat, glancing at Sol from beneath her pink cotton candy bangs. Since I had arrived here, I noticed that Lily acted shy around Sol. In the few conversations we'd shared, she would speak highly of him and marvel over his princely charms. It was cute, though Sol seemed oblivious to her crush. He's not oblivious. I don't think he just wants to return her feelings. Maybe. We'll find out. I hope he returns the feelings, though. How lucky are you, little brother? Still teasing, Dion reached over and snagged a biscuit from Sol's plate. Sol didn't say anything, his eyebrows lifting in confusion. Dion let out an exasperated sigh. Never mind. He stretched his arms forward and waggled his fingers. Anyway, I'm quite pleased that I grew up into such a handsome young man. Just like before, Royal's snort answered Dion from out of nowhere. He lifted a hand to his ear, brushing some of his dark hair back. I never expected Royal to look so attractive, with his dark complexion and piercing silver eyes. Okay. Thankfully, he hadn't noticed that I'd been staring at him all through our late night feast. Too bad you're still so short. And you're still as scary looking as ever. Ooh. Ahem. In an instant, the mood shifted, and Miss Maria kind of saved the day. Yeah. Both Royal and Dion snapped to attention and didn't dare continue their banter. Miss Maria lowered her hand from her mouth and paused. Her lips pressed in a prim line. It still baffled me how young Miss Maria looked. She was quite beautiful. Her raven black hair was long and silky, her skin smooth, and she seemed more physically fit than me. Ha! Same here. When she had been introduced as the nanny, I had assumed Miss Maria was near her 50s, like a harsh grandmother that spared no one. Anyway, going back to the original topic. Roy, you're saying that the light appeared when Aura was near Lady Gold? Yes. He glanced at me for answers. His expression crinkled with annoyance, as if my existence was troublesome for him again. I thought we were on okay terms, but with everything that happened, maybe our relationship status was reset. An odd sadness tightened my chest. Oops. Excuse me. Something just fell. But Lady Gold has yet to return to normal, so it means that the curse is still not broken. Miss Maria sighed and crossed her arms as she considered her statement with care. Oh boy, excuse me. An air of disappointment passed over the tables. Despite the fact that everyone was human again, the unending loss of Gold hung over them. Even I lost my smile. Gold was important to everyone here. Restoring everyone but her made me feel as though I had failed, despite not knowing what I did, or if I did anything at all. Before the toymaker finished casting the curse, she said that she had sealed Gold's heart in a place where it could be protected. That's with us, of course, and only when her heart is returned to her shall the curse be broken. I looked up at her in surprise, trembling a little under her firm stare. Her gaze was intense, even though I knew she wasn't angry with me. Perhaps Aura holds the key to finding Lady Gold's heart. Yep, that's true. My mouth dropped open. I hadn't expected her to reach that conclusion. Me? Could it be that Lady Gold's heart is stored within Lady Aura's? I spun towards Lily, feeling even more confused and surprised. I had felt a strange warmth while I was in Gold's room, so if Lily was right, I shivered a little. After a moment, an evil aura developed near the other end of the table. Oh dear. When I looked, I saw Royal with a frightening expression on his face, a smile bordering deranged. Now, oh God. Oh my God, really? I had to be that? Okay, fine. Now, be a good girl and give me your heart. Don't worry, I'll be very, very gentle. I shifted away and hid myself behind Sol, who was seated beside me. Reaching back, Sol patted my head and chuckled. Royal is only kidding, my lady. Though his expression reverted to something more normal, Royal wasn't smiling. There was no indication to whether he had been serious about it in his deadpan appearance. No, I am actually serious about it. Ahem! With another cough, Royal's eyes went wide, and he rubbed the back of his neck with his hand. I shifted back to my seat, clasping my hands in my lap. Miss Maria's power was amazing to behold. Thank you, Miss Maria. Sorry. Nodding, Miss Maria let out a sigh, her head tilting to the side. I'm sure we'll get the answers we seek soon. Setting his teacup down, Sol nodded, though his encouraging expression was dusted with uncertainty and sadness. I do hope that you are right, Miss Maria. Hey, Royal. Stop being so scary. The discussion carried on well into the night. No one seemed tired, though I suspected their internal clocks would eventually catch up to them. The sleepiness came and passed for me, but with the excitement over what had happened, it was easy to stay awake. Warmth filled my chest as I listened to their stories and saw how happy they were to be human again. Even though I do not believe I did anything to bring them back, it felt good thinking I might have played a part. Somehow. You did. After a while, I noticed that a certain grumpy bear was missing from the table. I blinked a few times, trying not to distract anyone else as I struggled to remember when I last saw Royal. Eventually, though, my curiosity got the better of me, and I politely excused myself, claiming I finally felt tired enough to sleep. Once I was free, I set out my secret quest to locate Royal. After a few minutes of walking, I came to the hallway leading to Gold's room. There was something odd about the door handle. I crinkled my brow in confusion, sneaking closer to investigate. The door was ajar. I thought Royal had closed it when we left. I snuck around the door, hoping that I was silent as I thought I was, and peeked inside the elaborate room. Kneeling before Gold was his right hand nestled underneath her left. It was Royal. I could only see an outline of his profile, but from the downward curve of his lips and the way he tipped up his head, revealed his sadness and devotion to her. He reminded me of a knight who was loyal to his princess, yet regretful that she was still beyond his reach. I heard his voice fill the room. I'm sorry. I saw Royal bow his head, his shoulders drooping as though he were carrying a heavy weight on his back. You must be tired of hearing my apologies every day, every single day. But what else can I do? We continue to move on and live while you remain lifeless. This is all my fault. If only I... Royal lifted his head again. The cloud outside drifted away, unfiltering the moonlight and letting it shine on his figure. There was something so lonely about the shadow that reflected upon delicate golden carpeting. The Yuletide bear is overwhelming. I fear you'll never forgive me. Of course she will. It's Gold we're talking about. If I'd been stronger, maybe this would never have happened. There had been a few times when Royal was weak and subdued, but I had never seen him look so broken since I'd been in the mansion. Biting my lip, I remember what Royal told me before. My wishes are only for that person. So that person is her. I finally understood. Royal would probably deny it if I asked him directly about his feelings, but watching him just now was more close to the truth than any answer he'd give. Royal was in love with Gold. I unconsciously drifted back a step, pressing my lips together to keep a sigh from escaping. It suddenly felt wrong to be standing there, witnessing a scene meant only for the two of them. I knew I should leave before Royal found out I was eavesdropping. Still, there was an ache in my chest, intensifying with every quickened beat of my heart. Maybe, just maybe, if I stayed a bit longer, I could find out why Royal thought this was his fault. What should I do? Can I save? I can't save. Freak! Can I? No? No, I can't. Alright then. Huh. Well, if maybe we should leave to give him privacy, but at the same time, I feel like we should stay and listen for more. I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. We will. I guess we'll just leave. I don't want to eavesdrop on him anymore. I shook my head. Royal and I weren't even on good terms in the first place. That too. Besides, if he found out I was spying on him, there wasn't a single thing I could say to convince him that I was just concerned for him instead of being nosy. Turning around, I slipped out to the hall. I started towards my room. I didn't know what time it was, but I suddenly realized how tired I felt, wanting nothing more but to bury under the covers until noon. As my footsteps echoed through the lonely rooms, I glanced back down the path I'd come from and silently wished Royal a good night's sleep. I hope that he'll be able to get what he wishes for soon. I hope so too. Man, I like Royal and Gold together though. Alright, actually, you know what? That's actually a good stopping point for today. We will continue more of Locked Heart in the next video. This is getting quite interesting. They already turned human, and Royal is just, oh my gosh, I feel bad for Royal. He really loves Gold. And since we're not doing Soul's route, I ship Lily and Soul so much, even though I love Soul. He's my baby. I love him. I think Soul and Lily would have made a great couple. Please let them be a couple. I want them to be a couple. Please. Alright, so anyways, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you guys like to see more of my videos, then please subscribe. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next